I am sitting in the biggest aquarium of Green Aqua. It is 650 liters. Usually we build Zen-style aquascapes in this one. But now we're gonna have something completely different. It's going to be a paludarium filled only half with water, terrestrial plants, aquatic plants, beautiful fish, cold mist, waterfall, rocks. Stay with me. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. Let me out. Let me tell you what kind of layout I want to have here. The whole idea came from a water change. I think it was in this aquarium number 4 that we had a big serious-scape in this one, and our dear colleague who's doing the maintenance on this one and also helping me, Pommy, she was making the water change on this aquarium, and she drained it to the half line, but she left the cold mist on. And as the cold mist has filled up the aquarium, we just realized this is something that we should do like on a permanent basis. And cold mist goes together with the waterfall, and also we need to bring up the rocks above this 60 centimeter height of the aquarium, which is a lot, so we decided to have this grid-like structure which is zip tied together. And then we have 15 plus 10, 25 centimeters. Let's try to put in the biggest rock, but I need some help for that. This is a good rock. I need 20 centimeters of elevation. Every stone has a face. I put this in by purpose with showing this area because this one looks better. For example, if you're looking at this stone, this is not the face of it. This can be the face of it. This. Oh, I didn't break it. Ooh. I didn't break it. I'm good. We have to put this thing back. You have to lean it against this one. See these two? So these two match. Align them together. Let's put something in the back which would add support. Let's use lava stones.
Okay.
Bring me some lava stones. Now this one looks stable, but I know.
Do you think it's stable?
That's what I said the last time.
Okay.
We are past the first hour of this big build. My main concern is stability at this point. I would be more happy if we would glue this together.
Big project, big gluing. You need to have it stable.
These two are wobbly. Let's fill it up with soil, okay?
Or should I bring that lava stone cushion at the back to not to use that much soil?
The graduation, the height of these rocks is looking nice. We're making a triangle shape in the middle with the negative space. So I like this, but this needs to be glued here. So I'm kind of happy with this one because it's leaning to the left a little bit. So it's closing the gap, it's adding a little bit of tension to the whole thing. And these two work together perfectly. I know I said I don't want to glue, but we turned out that we needed to glue because these rocks are not gonna stand as they want to stand. The scaffold for the right side is almost ready.
Sorry for interrupting the video, I'll be quick, I promise. We just wanted to tell you about our YouTube membership program because if you enjoy what we do here, this is one of the best ways to support the channel. So we've got 3 tiers: the silver, the gold, and the diamond. Silver is basically the buy us a coffee every month tier. Very kind, very appreciated, very caffeinated. But gold is where things get really interesting. Gold and diamond members get early access to our Thursday videos already on Monday. So you can watch them before everyone else, hang out with us in the comments, and feel slightly superior for 3 whole days. You'll also get monthly exclusive blooper reels, plus early info about Green Aqua sales, workshop events, and other stuff before we announce it publicly. So if you'd like to support the channel and get a few nice perks while you're at it, check out the join button below. And just to be clear, our regular videos are not going anywhere. If you choose not to join our membership, you'll still be able to watch the main Green Aqua content for free, just like before. And now, back to the video, which is, unlike me, much more interesting to look at.
I'm thinking of adding a little bit of wood in the aquarium. I never ever succeeded with a rock structure and wood looking good applied to the rock structure later. There are two options, well, three options. Option number one, let's not use wood at all. Option number two, let's have wood going up, have some orchids on top. That is something that would increase the scale towards the top, but it would not add anything to the bottom of the aquarium. The third option is having wood creep down so that it looks like roots. It looks like this one is coming along that, so it works. This one is coming down here. This one is coming down next to it somehow. Let's invent something there. Yeah, so what do we put in front of it then? Because we need something to the right side to cover the bottom of this. Too much. Too much. We're going with the third option where the roots are hanging down. They're not distorting the scale as much, and they look like the roots were like pushing the rocks apart. And we need to glue them together with this liquid super glue, paper towel / fast fusion compound combination. And that will add a little bit of detail to the whole scape. We're trying to find the proper sized wood that is following the given structure of the rocks. We cannot change the structure of the rocks, but we can find the wood pieces that are curving along the rocks nicely, so they are like playing with each other. This is too straight, see? So all the wood pieces are like curving. This one is not doing anything, so I need to find something that is curving a little bit more. Oh, look at this. I got super lucky. We are making the division between the foreground and the background, and we decided to pour in Amazonia into the background to fill it up, and also to have a lot of terrestrial plants planted in it. And in the foreground, obviously, I will have sand because the water level will be low. I don't want to take up valuable space from the height of the aquarium. I am not using base layer fertilizing substrate in this aquarium because I will have terrestrial plants and they're gonna probably put in together with their pots, or I'm gonna like make cocadamas. 10 bags of 9-liter Amazonia went into this aquarium. Only to the back. So this, you don't see that, but the scale of 650 liters is just on another level. It's been hours since she's been gluing these wood pieces onto the rocks. Good news is that everything is pretty stable, nothing is moving, so maintenance is going to be much easier. You can brush them off, you can brush the rocks. And now I'm going to introduce the ADA La Plata sand. I only want sand in the foreground, so I can plant in the middle. That's gonna look good to have a little bit of meadowy effect in the middle of the aquarium. About after 6 hours of heavy rock lifting, gluing, positioning, wood selecting, rock selection, the hardscape is kind of ready. What I didn't do is plug in the cold mist and plug in the waterfalls. That's the next session with the planting in this video. So what I'm trying to do is to apply a small piece of rock. So these two are actually matching completely and nicely. I will first do the waterfall because that is the more sophisticated part of the structure. We're going to have a big filter powering both branches of the waterfall because there's going to be a branch on the left side and there's going to be a branch on the right side. We are going to have the water split. The water that comes out of the filter, we're going to have that split. I will try to fit this 12 by 16 hose into the crevice. This is a reducer from 1622 to 12 by 16, so from 17 to 13. And this is all in the aquarium already, so if it's dripping a little, I don't care. This is the waterfall construct. Happy about it? This is an EHEIM tap. There's the double tap, which can be disconnected and used. This is the simple tap. This can be put in the middle of a hose. This one is going to control the flow of this. I will close it and I will ask Tommy to bring me the fill-up hose, and we're going to see how the water is flowing down on the rock. Filter T to have the 2 branches for the 2 waterfalls. 16 by 22 hose. Tap, 16 by 22 hose. Gray EHEIM filter inlet hose. Restrictor, 12 by 16 hose. And then waterfall. That's all. That's the simple design of a DIY waterfall.
How to impress a girl.
Okay, how to impress a girl. Whoa. Wow, I can have a cool waterfall. I don't know if I told you, these are Frodo Stones. Did I tell you that? Probably not. I don't remember me saying Frodo in this video. This is an ultrasound operated cold mist machine. It needs to be refilled every day. It's available from Green Aqua. We ship to most European countries. And if I push this, the water is flowing down. The other way around. The idea behind the hose is that when it fills the hose up with mist, you should not, it's already working, she turned it on. So if you like put a U-shaped thing in it, then water can accumulate in this shape here. So it's going to be filled with water because of the precipitation, and it's going to clog it. So you have to make sure that all the time it's like the water can drip back into the container.
Very.
Oh, very good. Okay. We need to install this into the cabinet, and then this hose can be stretched. I'm going to stick it to a hose. Please do it. Please do it faster. We need to do the second one. The only thing that I could do is put the hose here and then have it drip down on this rock. This is glued in 2 spots for me, so you can cover it with the fast fusion compound now. Good, it's in. We found the perfect wood piece that would cover both of these guys, and can also plant in it, around it, so it's gonna be cool. After we fixed it, all that remains to be done is planting. I think I will start with the big plants that go to the back and just try them here. This planting is gonna be easy. I just drop them in. Next to the terrestrial plants, we have a lot of aquatic plants from Tropica from Denmark. And we really love these plants because they always come at the same quality, so consistency is of the utmost importance when you're talking about aquatic plants. We have like 150 plus pots of all kinds of plants here. We have the Microzorum trident, for example, here in my hand. This is what I mean about consistency. Anytime that I open a pot like this, it looks like this. This is an epiphyte plant, can survive on rocks and wood. I like to use the Monte Carlo in the middle because that's going to be a very bright spot, so it's going to attract the eye towards this region, towards the middle of the aquarium. Okay, there's a terrace in here. You will not see much of this, but it will grow up because this is like really close to the water surface, so it will get a lot of light. We have the 2 types of hair grass. This is the longer hair grass and this is the shorter one, Acicularis and Pusilla mini. And I will start with the Acicularis. I will make like a line of this. Next one is the Alternantera reiniki mini, which is a nice reddish plant, and I want to put it in the focus around here. These crypts will look great if planted in the back, in there. Brasiliensis. And this guy, we have 3 pots of them, is growing well in the shade. We have like a very shady area here. I've got the Lobelia, which is about the same size as these ones. That will add a little bit of green contrast, and it has nice colors, so I quite like them. Lucilla Mini. I will just put it in between the patches of Monte Carlo everywhere. I don't like the fact that there's a uniform carpet of something. Then I will have a more natural look with the combination of these two. Should I put some in the sand as well? I could do that. Now the Cryptoparva. This one also goes into the sand. It's a little bit higher, so I will plant it at the bottom of these rocks. All the crypts are in. Now with the Microzorum, I will use them places where we need to fill up bigger spaces. Bucephalandras are here. I can fill up all the remainder of the gaps. You can trim the roots of the Bucephalandra like so, and you can actually plant it into the sand. This is the only epiphyte plant, Anubias wouldn't do this, that would survive. This is the Green Aqua 1 liter filter bag. Pro tip, you have to be careful with closing the edges of the aquarium, the left and the right side, with some kind of visual element, some plants or something. So that's why I use the Bucephalandra on that side. That's why I use the Anubias in the back and all these in here. You can see like it's a wall. It looks nice. Whoa! Spinning. Waterfall is on. Fortunately, I do not have to think about how to fill this aquarium up because I just connected the fill-up hose directly to the T that leads to the two waterfalls, and I'm filling the aquarium up. I think I'm getting slowly ready. I will continue with the mini coins. Let's use it as an accent here and there. It's a real challenge to make like terrestrial plants match the underwater aquatic plants, because as you can see, the above the water part is filled with big plants. Below the water, you want to actually retain a lot of detail, small plants, a lot of cracks on the rocks, a lot of texture of the rocks, and that's a completely different thing. Ideally, I would probably work a lot more on the top right now, but I used like brush strokes, heavy brush strokes everywhere. I like the colorful top, and I tried to reproduce the reds at the bottom. Connecting the above the water part with the submerged part is very important, and it's not only happening with the cold mist flowing down and the rocks and the wood growing out of the water, but I'm going to also use the colors. I put the dot on the eye. On the eye. No. Anyways, ready for today. Don't go anywhere because we're going to tweak it, we're going to clean it. I'm going to start properly the waterfall, and you're going to see how this whole thing looks with fish, with details in the sand, with the plants a little bit standing normally in a couple of seconds. I'm back 1 month after the setup. This is a big favorite from many. They are telling me that this is the best aquarium. Well, it's a Paludarium / aquarium at Green Aqua. I love it too. Cold mist working really well. It's on a timer. Filtration working really well. We have two huge EHEIM professional 1200 XL filters powering the 250 liters water, plus we have an EHEIM eXperince filter powering the two waterfalls. You don't need that much at home. We're just keeping these because one, they were below the 650 liter aquarium, so we're not gonna ditch them. Additionally, there's no such thing as an overfiltered aquarium. So the more filtration you have, the better, the more stable the aquarium will be. This is an overkill, make no mistake about it. But we're happy, and there's zero algae. Water quality is perfect. As for the fish, we have the cherry barbs. I love them. We have the banded catfish. We do have the glass bloodfin tetra, which is a new thing at Green Aqua and I really love it. And then we have some vampire shrimp. They're beautiful. I've seen them once when we introduced them and they're hiding behind the rocks. That's not something you're going to see in this kind of layout. I was a little bit afraid of how the terrestrial plants will survive above the water with this mist, these waterfalls giving some water and the regular care that we give. We spray them every morning, we give some water to them every morning. They're thriving. Everything looks really like cool. You wouldn't even think that these are live plants. They're so beautiful. And the red colors and the reddish, the warm colors are popping below the water as well with the Alternatera Reiniki Mini. In general, the impact of this layout is pretty strong because you have this very clear, unobstructed view of the terrestrial pod that is above the water. You have the beautiful movement of the waterfalls. I think that we found the perfect balance with the flow rate. The balance of the stones and the plants is perfect now. I wouldn't want them to grow more and to actually hide the rocks more. So I think that the balance of the above the water part of this layout is just perfect. Underwater, I really like the way that the balance of the sand in the foreground and the rocks behind it and the green aquatic plants that are growing there is just also, I think it's very balanced. So generally when you look at this aquarium, you see a lot of warmness, you see a lot of kindness, you see a lot of positive visual impact. So you don't feel that pressure when you're looking at it. So I think that it's a soothing, very Zen style layout, even with the very hard and textured rock structure and the strong visual impact of all the roots that are hanging down from that. These in and outflows are actually custom made. We had to manufacture them so that they are going over the rim and going down all the way to the water level. We can do that for you guys. If you want some custom glassware from Green Aqua, you can order it from us and we will manufacture it for you. Also the lights, the 3 vintage ADA Solar RGB lights that we have here are giving beautiful greenish fresh color to this whole layout while actually enhancing the red patches that are here and there and the pinky patches that are here and there. Other than that, I think this is a complete success. I'm happy that I did this. Are you happy? Let me know. We'll see you next time.